Just letting you guys know you can listen to my No Bleeps podcast anywhere you stream podcasts or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the description. Hey guys, it's Billy and welcome back to Sesh. Today we are going to be talking about the Dolan twins because they have announced that they are officially no longer going to be posting on their Dolan twin YouTube channel, the channel with 10 million subscribers. They posted a video version of their podcast, Deeper with the Dolans, and the title of the episode was "We're Moving On from YouTube." Now, honestly, for the last year, even just the last 2 years, the Dolan twins have really debated with quitting YouTube or taking breaks from YouTube and trying to switch up their content. But it's come to the point where they've decided that they are just done entirely with their YouTube channel and they're ready to walk away from it and move on. Now, this hour-long podcast episode, they basically break down why and how they came to the decision, and there are a lot of interesting things to be discussed about what they're saying, and a lot of people in the comments also had a lot of things to say about it. They started off by saying, "We are not moving on from the platform because of lack of support from the fans. They're still going to be doing their podcast every single week, and they feel like this is just like the most genuine way that they can connect with their fans." They say that they are really enjoying creating episodes for the podcast more than they enjoy creating stuff on YouTube or Instagram or tweeting things or anything like that. So they won't move on from the podcast. I do feel like the people that listen to the podcast are their like most genuine fans, people that love them so much, and also maybe some fans that are older and didn't really like their content on their YouTube channel but are really connecting with them once more now that they are kind of talking about like more adult subjects and like getting more real and cursing. So I feel like that's why they feel like they can do whatever they want on their podcast, whereas like on their YouTube channel they feel like they are limited to a certain audience. They said that they've been feeling this way for quite some time, which is true. We've talked about it on the channel that the Dolan twins have wanted to branch out, and they've opened up with the fact that they felt like they couldn't make the content that they personally wanted because they felt like their audience was really young, or they are mostly females that watch them and they won't be interested in videos that they want to make. Like, they mentioned skateboarding content and stuff like that and more adventurous stuff, and they felt like that wasn't really going to resonate with people that subscribe to them, and they felt like they couldn't make content that people did not subscribe to. And I want to say that the Dolan twins over the past year have tried to switch up their content, but they've said that that was not their authentic selves and they want to be doing things that make them feel alive, and it felt like pulling teeth. Making content on their YouTube channel felt like that to them, up until the point where they got real with themselves about how the content was making them feel. And they read comments where people were able to see that they weren't as into what they were doing as much anymore, and a lot of people could see that their heart wasn't in it and they weren't being positive. They were like kind of down in the dumps making these YouTube videos, and they said that their whole goal is to just give and radiate positivity, and because their vibe was off because they didn't like making videos anymore, that was not something that they wanted to continue to keep doing. Life felt stagnant because they were doing these videos for so long, which I do want to mention, like, that's kind of like how having a job is. You know, once you start making money from something, you do the same thing like all the time, and it's kind of, you just got to do it because you have money. Obviously, like, they have the luxury of not needing this job anymore because they have money and they can pursue other things and they can take that risk because they do have the money to take that risk. But I do feel like it is normal for them to feel this way, and it is normal to like feel stagnant in the job that you're in. But they are lucky in the fact that they can take those risks and try other things because they have money to kind of cushion back on. I couldn't tell if they thought that it was like abnormal to feel this way. And also, it really isn't like their channel was completely like dying off. Like, they were getting 1 million views pretty much every single video, which is amazing for people that have been on the platform for a very long time. To withstand getting millions of views still is pretty dang good. They chose to leave on their own accord. It wasn't because their channel was completely ruined and they weren't making any money from it. Like, it's very clear they are still making money from their channel, but they just are not happy with the content that they're making. Now, when they were describing the content that they were making and how it was making them feel, they specifically mentioned that they want to make something for for them without outside influence. And the example that they gave was that YouTube specifically has like trending topics, and they felt like they were like taking advantage of some of the topics that were trending in order to like get views and all of this stuff. And the only thing that came to my mind when they mentioned that was earlier last year when they were getting called out for clickbaiting fans into thinking that they were going to be talking about James Charles stuff and drama between them and things that were being said, and hearing them talk about how doing things like that, like taking advantage of a trending topic, did not make them feel good. That was definitely very interesting to hear. Now, they also said that they had a lot of self-doubt and fear about this decision in general that they were making to leave the platform, but they said that they are working on something else at the moment, and they needed to be confident in themselves and to commit to taking this risk, and that once they committed to officially leaving YouTube, they felt way better about like themselves, because they said YouTube ruined their confidence because they felt like they weren't supposed to be doing it anymore, and now that they're not doing it anymore, they feel like they are themselves again. They said that their team, because they have like a team for their YouTube channel, like editors and cameramen and agents and lawyers, were like, are you sure you want to move on? And they were very, very sure that they wanted to move on, and said that just the YouTube content is not working for them. The content can't grow as fast as they can. They don't think that they can change their channel to make it to be something that they want to be doing. They can't give people what they didn't sign up for, and the podcast is basically the only thing that at the moment, besides something else that they're working on, is the only thing that they want to be doing. They said that they are so grateful for the YouTube channel and everything that it has brought them, but they did feel like sometimes they weren't able to do certain things with friends and family because they had to upload a video on a Tuesday. And then they start getting into how YouTube started out as really fun for them, and then it became a business. I feel like now that they're not enjoying doing it anymore, they don't want to do it anymore, which, like I said, is a feeling that a lot of people have in their jobs, but they are just lucky enough to have the ability to be able to step away from the job. They keep saying that they can't make the videos that they want because the audience won't like the videos that they want to make, and so they're not going to give people what they didn't sign up for. But I don't know if they've actually really tried to make the content that they really, really want to make. I thought that they tried, but it didn't seem like the response was bad in any way. Like, everything was still hitting 1 million views. I mean, maybe it wasn't what it was in its peak, but even Logan Paul says videos are never going to just be like what they were, but they're still going to get you money and they're still going to be great. I think they're just tired of making videos in general, and it doesn't really have to do with the fact that they can't make what they want, because if they didn't care about the money and they didn't care about the views, then why not just keep making videos for fun? When describing their entire journey, they said that they started the channel and they had 1 million subscribers and they still weren't even making any money, and they loved what they were doing, and suddenly it became a business and they were seeing like patterns and waves of views and money and adjusting content for money and views, and then the passion just went out the window, and suddenly they were buying things to wear and flex with on camera, and they've been living a life and buying things for YouTube. They would buy like furniture for videos, not because they liked it or they wanted it in the house, but because they thought it would be cool on camera, and they just wanted to stop living for the cameras, which that is pretty sad that they were buying all that stuff to be on camera. I'm sure that their truest fans are going to be following whatever they're going to be doing next, and I hope that they find like the creative thrill that they are seeking and that it sticks with them. When they were talking about future projects, they were like, I'm just going to be ignorant to how much money or attention whatever we do next is going to get, because I don't want to lose my passion for it, which, you know, I hope it works out for them. But the Dolan twins definitely aren't the only ones to be leaving the platform in the last year. Laura DIY says she's not making main channel videos at the moment. She's going to be making vlogs and her podcast because she wants to grow with her audience. She wants to take her content less about kids and DIY to more Lauren, and also Tyler Oakley has left the platform, and Alex Wasabi. So the Dolan twins are not the only ones that have decided to leave the platform, but I definitely want to know what you guys think about them leaving. They definitely are on the younger side of all the YouTubers that have quit. They are just 21 years old. I want to know what you guys think they're going to be doing next, how you feel about them quitting, in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.